Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit bcsnnation.com for details. Discounts may apply.
Tournament time continues here on Sports Nightly, and we have our first state champion, Ottawa Hills girls cross country, winning their first state title in program history. We have a lot of people in studio. We have head coach Jeremy Nixon, of course, joined by the entire team. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So I asked before we get into the interview, I want to ask again, who partied the hardest after winning yesterday? Feel free to point them out.
I think I'd say Audrey.
Okay. So it's probably a loud ride back, pretty much. A lot of bumping music and everything, but I just want to ask first, when did you guys know you had this in the bag? Because, of course, it's a point system. You go by race coach. When did you know that this team had it secured?
I mean, once we got into the second mile, I think I didn't say we had it in the bag at that point.
But you thought in the back of your head.
Yeah. I mean, based on where the girls were running and where some of the competitors were at that point, I felt pretty good. But you just never know. A lot can happen in the last mile. But then once I saw them come into the stadium and kind of go through that last 100, 150 meters or whatever, I was just counting and I felt pretty good. But you just never know until you see that score come through.
And while we were setting up, it's kind of evident how close you guys are, the tight relationships you guys have. Natalie, how have you seen this relationship grow throughout the season and lead you guys to a state title?
So at the end of every practice, we always do like the same chant, like Bears on 3, family on 6. And so I think that really just resembles how close we all are as a team. We're like family to one another, to each other. We're all friends, we're all like family, and I feel like that really resembles like our closeness as a team.
It's been a tough year for you guys. Obviously, you're going through your cancer treatments, the surgery and everything. It's been tough on the entire team, but how have you seen this team grow closer because of that?
Yeah, I mean, with everybody here, I literally wanted to bring them all in because there's 10 girls here that are really fast. And so there was that pressure and everybody wanting to be that top 7. So we had to really work together because if they were working for themselves, it would have made things a little bit difficult for us as the team. So we really, especially about middle of the season, we had a little get together where we was like, okay, we really need to focus on all of us together because that's the only way we're going to get to the goal of making it to states and having a positive result.
And you guys are stamped in history, first state title in program history. Evelyn, I'm curious, what will stand out the most? The moment you guys won the state title or the journey to get here?
Personally, I think that the journey to get here was more because we like started the season and we had 2 incoming freshmen and we knew we were going to be good. The coaches were like, we're going to be good this year. I don't think we quite realized how good we were going to be. And then we got through the season and we were just winning and we were like, hey, this is a great feeling. This is awesome. And then we kind of continued it up throughout the entire season, an undefeated season. So I feel like we had that kind of mindset of like, we can do this. So like the entire journey was like an experience that I think that like I'll look back on in any sport, any time in my life and be like, that was an amazing experience.
And I can hear the stories. Obviously, you guys are here because you won the state title, but we don't truly understand because we weren't on the team every day. We didn't run the races with you guys. We didn't go through the tough moments with you guys. But what stands out the most? What are the moments that led you guys here?
Yeah, I mean, they all know probably one of the things I'm going to talk about. You know, we were in the middle of the season. We had a great race. We ran well at Tiffin. We beat Minster. You know, they're the program.
Juggernauts, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we were doing 1K repeats at Wildwood, and the girls were just really, really pushing hard. And I got kind of upset with them, and we had to get.
It's tough love. We call it tough love.
Yeah. We, you know, and I just emphasize girls, like, you know, we need to stay our path, do what we do. But the more we redline, the more we push really hard, the chances of our injury goes up. So we really focused on. We met the next day. We wrote down our fears and said we're going to put those away for the rest of the season. I feel like that was kind of a turning point for them and for me personally to be like, okay, I need to kind of relax a little bit. Let's let the girls do their thing, but also let's try to keep them healthy because that's the biggest thing. It's a long season. We start in June and we go to November. It's a long season, so we're really trying to keep the girls healthy, still making gains, but staying healthy, because when you're healthy, that's when you can win. And we had 7 girls that were healthy this year, so that was great.
But you've been coaching for a while on this staff. what stands out about this group? Of course, you guys won the state title, but even beforehand, what made you say, yeah, this group is special?
I mean, the depth. I know I mentioned it before, the depth, but obviously the work ethic. I mean, they're really strong-willed girls, and you know, sometimes they want to do their best every single time. It's a little different when coaching boys, you know. The girls are a little more serious, a little more into it, and so they were focused from the beginning. They were focused, and it kind of helped Coach Mark and I, you know, be focused as well, because the girls kind of kept us in line. But just from 1 to 10, the strength of the team and their willingness to push each other. With some loving criticism of each other, but yeah, no, I think that goes with the family thing that Natalie was talking about.
Natalie, how did you see this team continue to push itself further and further each week? When you guys are number one mid-season, it's easy to get complacent and say, yeah, you know, we got this in the bag every race. We don't need to try as hard. But how have you seen this team continue to push itself to a state title?
Okay, so like I will say, our like main team quote is like, the hay's in the barn. So I think us keep like reminding ourselves like this meet is us putting the hay in the barn, or this meet like we already have the hay in the barn. That's what it was for regionals and states. We were like, we have the hay in the barn. We just have to show, like prove all the work we did. So I feel like that quote really just helped us realize like how much work we've actually put in, and like I guess just make us realize that we can do this, and that no matter what happens, we did the work. So.
How many seniors are there on the team?
3.
Only 3. Who are the seniors? So I guess it's pretty much storybook that you guys get to end it off this way. But Evelyn, I didn't see you raise your hand, which means you're not a senior. You get to come back next year. How does it feel knowing that you have this group of experienced state title winning runners coming back next year to potentially repeat?
I think that there's like, we're losing 3 people, so there's
always a void to fill. Yeah, of course.
It's sad on one hand because they're leaving, and like Natalie said, we've become a family. On the other hand, we are going to get new runners coming in, and maybe people on the ending side of the 10 that will like be coming up into the top 7 to run. And I think that that's going to be a good experience for all of us, and it's going to let us push ourselves in a different way. This year we had a lot of like team push, because there were 10 of us and only 7 spots. And that meant that even though we all love each other so much, everyone always wants to be
oh, yeah, of course,
the one
of course.
on
And
the
rightfully
team.
so, and rightfully so.
And then now we're losing 3 of our 10, which means now we're down to 7. So it's a different push than it's going to be than it was this year. So.
Natalie, did you mention you guys have a chant before every meet?
Yeah.
Can we get it on air? I feel like that would make for great television.
Bears on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3, Bears! 4, 5, 6.
Family!
Beautiful. Ottawa Hills girls cross country taking home their first ever state title. It's a wonderful thing. We need somebody to toss the break. Usually it's me who would like to volunteer. The 3 seniors?
We will, yes.
All right, fantastic. So you're going to look into camera 3 and say, we'll be right back.
Ready? We'll be right back.
Tournament Time on BCSN is brought to you by Unison Health and the Mental Health Board of Lucas County, reminding you that it's your time, your choice.